Welcome to the 26th Annual Partners in Education Golden Apple Awards. From the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, join us for the next hour as we recognize this year's recipients. The Golden Apple Awards, presented by the Greater Green Bay Chamber, is brought to you by Associated Bank, Green Bay Press Gazette, Humana, Imperial, Schneider Foundation, Shopko Foundation, M3 Insurance, Green Bay Packaging, and WLUK Fox 11. Now here's General Manager of Fox 11 and CW14, Jay Zoller.
Good evening. Welcome to the Golden Apple Awards, an evening where we get to highlight and celebrate area educators who are passionate and committed to high standards of professionalism, leadership, and innovation in teaching. We are so fortunate and should never take for granted that here in Northeast Wisconsin, we have some of the most dedicated and outstanding educators in the country. Tonight, it's their night. So let's get started. May I introduce your hosts for this evening, Michelle Melby and Mike Murad of Fox 11 News.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's 26th Annual Golden Apple Awards. It is going to be an incredible evening. We have some amazing teachers. We have some amazing teachers that we are going to be highlighting throughout this evening. And I'm so excited that we get to meet each and every one of them and tell you a little bit more about what's going on in the classrooms, because there are some incredible things, and it's a wonder that these are all part of our area. So thank you so much, each and every one of you, for what you do and what you bring to the classroom every day. And tonight is your night.
And I think Jay really said it best when he said dedication, because I don't think anybody goes into the teaching profession looking for fame and fortune. We can't give you the fortune tonight, but we can give you some well-deserved fame. Whether it's a teacher, whether it's somebody who's supporting a teacher, we salute you tonight.
We had such a good time earlier this evening as well, just getting to know some of the teachers outside of the classroom. I mean, they are incredible people as well, so I could only imagine. Of course, I got the chance to visit Jeff Gussie's classroom. We're going to meet him a little bit later. But all of these teachers are just fun people to be around, so it's very easy to see how they can be inspiring to all of their students.
And everyone has a story of a teacher who inspired them. So how about you, thinking back on your years, elementary school, middle school, high school? Was there one that stood out for you?
I don't know that I was the best student, but
that's not true. We know that.
But what I remember is just the teachers that would, it wasn't necessarily it's funny because English wasn't my best subject, and it was a teacher that just kept encouraging me to continue with it, and it was one of those things when it's not your best subject, you don't really feel the most confident on it, and then here I grow up and become a journalist, so it's incredible. I thank her for that.
Yes, for sure. And for me, it was Mr. Haywood. Mr. Haywood was my 5th grade teacher, and I became a substitute teacher in grad school. And one day I ended up subbing for somebody. It happened to be Mr. Haywood. Today we're friends on Facebook. So teachers, you have that to look forward to too in the years to come, for sure.
Well, we have a great evening in store, so let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Our first Golden Apple recipient works with students with disabilities, and it's the way these students see life that's the catalyst for this Bayview Elementary School teacher.
That's right, and here to introduce her, we have a couple of her former students. Please welcome to the stage Landon Ladoc and Jake Plummer.
As a student mentor in former student Miss Devers' class, we have seen firsthand the compassion, patience, and kindness Miss Devers gives to her students, not just in the classroom, but in day-to-day challenges. Every child deserves a champion, someone who will never give up on them and always encourage them to do their best they can be. Miss Devers works tirelessly to recognize each of her students' strengths and needs. She spends time getting to know not just her students, but their families and lifestyles, and then helps them to learn in a way that is best for them. She's somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. It's my honor and pleasure to introduce you to one of my role models, Landon's former teacher and our champion, Miss Devers.
Sammy. you find the sugar? Where do we keep sugar? Karen, please find the cocoa. It's called cocoa, C-O-C-O-A. Sam, where would the sugar be? Sugar into the pot.
Just like the ingredients in a batch of cookies. Bayview Middle School special education teacher Terry Devers shares her classroom recipe.
I found that you can't get anywhere if they don't trust you and that they don't know you.
Working with special needs students who vary in abilities, she starts by creating a bond with each student.
So we spend a lot of time at the beginning of the year not even digging deep into academics. We really get to know each other.
The class size is small and her students say they're pretty fun.
She does awesome classes.
9 times 1 is.
In a normal day, they work together on everything from math to life skills.
We do that cooking, the dishes, laundry we've done. Can you reach? Up, 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 up. Good job.
She teaches them to appreciate the small accomplishments.
I love watching when they get something and they're excited about it. It's just so awesome.
But it's them who give her an appreciation for life.
Seeing their faces every morning, they're happy. Their energy is what motivates me. They don't come off as nicely as we would rather.
And as every baker and every teacher knows, there's always a secret ingredient.
I smile.
And here now to present our first Golden Apple Award of the evening is Michelle Hansen of Shopko.
Terry, Shopko has been part of the community for over 57 years, and we have supported the Golden Apples for all of 26 years. So tonight, I am honored to present to you our final Golden Apple. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Jake and Landon. These two are a great example of one of the best things to come out of my class each year. Mentors, buddies, friends. I support and encourage any students that want to come help or just hang out in my classroom, because school isn't just about academics. It's about becoming a better person. It's about learning to not only accept each other, but get to know each other. While I'm up here, I want to say a few thank yous. First, to all of the paraprofessionals that I have worked with, that have been there with me every day. To all the principals and associate principals that have supported me, believed in me, and helped make me a better teacher. To the families of my students who trust me with their kids each and every day. To my sister, who supports me any way she can, and who never hesitated to come share this experience with me. To my husband, Kyle, who supports everything I do, and who always says yes when I want to spend extra time on work for school or to go support my students in their activities. And mostly to my parents, who have always done anything to support my dream to be a teacher. I'm standing here right now because of all of you. Thank you.
Shopko employs many students in our stores, and it's mostly through great teaching that students develop the knowledge, confidence, critical thinking skills that are necessary to help them in school, at work, and beyond. Every year, I'm so inspired by teachers in our communities. They go above and beyond, not just teaching academics, but it's the little things that they do. Whether it's the welcome they give to students, it's the expectations they set in the classroom, the written notes of encouragement, the out-of-pocket money. It's all these special things that they do day in and day out that help students really feel valued. I can think of many teachers that have had an impact on my life. It's the ones that have really connected with me. They have taught me hard work, responsibility, kindness, and so much more. And to that, I'm forever grateful. And I just want to say thank you to all teachers. We hope you know how important you are.
Greater Green Bay Chamber Partners in Education programming is possible through the support of our generous investors. So right now, let's take a moment to recognize and thank the 2019 Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum members of Partners in Education.
Prevea Health, Schreiber, Wells Fargo, Wisconsin Public Service Foundation, Gold Investors, American Foods Group, Ameriprise Auto and Home Insurance, Baytech Entertainment, Bellin College, CISA 7, Nicolet National Bank, Medical College of Wisconsin, Microsoft, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, Sanimax, St. Norbert College, Strang, Patterson, Reading, Lewis and Lacey, United Healthcare, U.S. Venture, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. Silver Investors, Bees Refreshments, Camera Corner Connecting Point, Marian University, Green Bay Packers Give Back. Bronze Investors, Amerilux International, LLC, Law Firm of Conway, Olenichek and Jerry, SC, Lindquist Machine Corporation, MCL, Shoe Construction, Incorporated.
Imagine taking a biology test in French or a math test in Spanish. That is what life is like for students who are using English as a second language. But our next Golden Apple recipient has thought of and come up with ways to break through those barriers.
Right now, let's hear more about this teacher from Julie Seefeld, Director of English Learner Programs at Green Bay Greater Public School District.
Vince Lombardi once said, "It is time for us to stand and cheer the doer, the achiever, the one who recognizes challenges and does something about it." Marisol Evans is the very essence of this quote and is truly deserving of a Golden Apple Award. For the past 13 years at Washington Middle School, Marisol has put her entire heart and soul into ensuring all students succeed. On behalf of the Green Bay Area Public Schools, the English Learner Department, and Washington Middle School, it is my distinct honor to introduce you to an amazing and devoted educator, one who is extremely passionate about the teachers and the English learners she supports. The doer, the achiever, Marisol Evans.
Avanza, avanza. La campana va a sonar.
When Marisol Evans walks down the hallways of Washington Middle School,
Porque llegamos después del lonche.
people know it. That's because her hair accessories stand out above the rest. Flowers, cat ears, hearts, whatever the day calls for.
Gracias.
And the students seem to love it.
I am kind of like a parental figure while I'm here. I am always checking to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, that they are behaving, that they're being respectful. And then once that has been established, then we go into, okay, how can I help you to learn?
What really sets Evans apart is that these days she's not teaching students directly. For the last 5 years, she's been teaching the teachers.
We left off
as an English learner instructional coach. We caught up with her working with the science team.
Even if I call them at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, what are you teaching this afternoon? Because I want you to try something different. They've never said no.
Some of those ideas include recording tests to take away the struggle of reading.
Una condición genética.
You can hear her reading an article about genetic mutations the students will use for a science test.
There are many students who, when they get an assessment, they say, I can't read this, I'm done. Or they say, this looks like it's too much, I'm done. We wanted to take away as many of those barriers as we could.
And the teachers say Evans' methods are working.
At the end, they're like, oh, that really worked. That was so much easier. Why don't you always teach it this way? So we've started incorporating those strategies and using that more often.
And when it comes to Marisol's Golden Apple,
orgullosa porque se lo ganó, porque usted se lo merece.
She's very proud that I have won it because she feels I deserve it.
We do too. In Green Bay, Rachel Monick, Fox 11 News.
And here now to present this Golden Apple Award, Robert Zizzo with the Green Bay Press-Gazette.
Marisol, on behalf of the Green Bay Press-Gazette and the thousands of journalists with the USA Today Network, I'm honored to present you with this Golden Apple Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Gracias al Green Bay Chamber, Greater Green Bay Chamber, por hacer una experiencia así. A los nominados, los maestros de distinción, y los otros recipientes del Golden Apple, I am honored to be among you. My passion is supporting EL students and making learning accessible to every student in the room. I am humbled by the educators that I work with that share my vision for equitable educational opportunities for all. Green Bay Area Public Schools has supported me immensely in my journey, and I am extremely grateful for the privilege of working at Washington Middle School. It truly has changed my life. None of this would be possible without the voice of advocacy. My mother showed me my voice. My father showed me how to use it. My husband strengthens it. My sister, my friends, my colleagues all support it. And tomorrow when I go to school, like every other day, I will pass that knowledge on. Thank you.
I think educators are crucial to our workforce because in order for our community to grow and thrive, we need children and young adults to want to come back to Green Bay. And I think the impetus for that starts in school. If they're interested in education, if they're interested in what's going on in their community, they're going to tend to want to come back and help this city thrive. I think teachers start that process, and I think it continues through the high school and secondary education levels too. But I think if children aren't interested in the education, they're not going to be interested in what's going on around them. And if they're not interested in what's going on around them, then they're probably not going to want to come back and stay in Green Bay. We do a lot of honoring of a lot of people in the area, whether they're in business or they're in government, but this gives us an opportunity to really honor teachers who are so important to our community, so important to our families, so important to raising our children alongside their parents. And so this is important for us to really reach out and say, we appreciate what you do.
Tonight, we also want to recognize and say thank yous to the individuals and teams who have been recognized as teachers of distinction during this process.
And these educators were selected because of their commitment to all students, their active involvement of students in relevant learning opportunities, and their creation of learning environments that stimulate student interests in learning as described in their applications.
Here now is our first group of teachers of distinction.
Our next Golden Apple recipient is hoping to make a connection with his students that lasts far beyond just one class year.
I got a chance to visit him in his classroom and see him in action, so to speak. He is energy 24/7, let me tell you. Here to introduce him is a fellow teacher at Pulaski High School. Please welcome Aaron Spaduto.
What a wonderful night to celebrate all these dedicated teachers and all they do for their students. Teaching can be described as a science. Others say teaching is an art. Jeff Gussie combines best of both of these philosophies in his teaching. Jeff could be described as a mad scientist when it comes to his formulas and chemical experiments called his classroom. When students enter the lab, each individual is a unique element on the periodic table. Each student stands alone as a single important element in the classroom, but when combined together, they create an amazing compound called learning. It is my pleasure to introduce my friend and colleague, Mr. Jeff Gussey.
Have you seen this one yet?
Jeff Gussey's classroom
Okay, this is cool.
is a laboratory of lessons.
So now where are those molecules?
They're much more condensed.
Yeah, exactly.
Everywhere you look, there's learning.
You can talk about either way, but I would just draw the balloon only. I think the most gratifying thing for me is when kids come back and start saying how it really helped them in college, or how I influenced them in any way, any level. I just don't think it gets any better than that.
Mr. Gussey teaches chemistry at Pulaski High School, and his joy rubs off on his students.
Super fun. It's way better than, it's my favorite science class I've ever had. One of my favorite classes because he's super energetic and he does really fun lessons.
Dry ice?
The students say with Mr. Gussey, their knowledge of chemistry grows and grows.
Kids need to see it. You can have as many textbooks as possible, but they don't believe it. It's amazing. We don't believe it until we see it.
He makes sure they aren't foggy on the material.
So I think that the visual demonstrations and the experiments really helps show visually the things that we're learning about in class.
You can clearly see his love for chemistry on his shoes, complete with a periodic table.
Greatest single gift I've ever gotten from a student. It was just a thank you.
Yes. Blowtorch! In the fall, it's not Halloween, but Chemistween that's celebrated in the classroom. Gussey's incredible experiments get a big reaction.
His energy as a teacher is insane. We're never bored in class, and even though chemistry sometimes can be, a confusing subject, he really he breaks it down, and he makes it understandable.
For this Golden Apple instructor, the extra effort is worth it.
Every day I'm exhausted, but every day I come back ready for more.
Michelle Melby, Fox 11 News. And here now to present our mad scientist with the next Golden Apple is Mark Wernicke of Humana.
Jeff Gussey, one of the all-time greatest chemistry teachers. On behalf of the 42,000 associates at Humana, congratulations on your Golden Apple.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron and Mark, and a big thank you goes out to the Greater Green Bay Chamber for celebrating education and educators in our community. I wouldn't be here today without a lot of help. First and foremost, I would like to thank my extremely understanding and wonderful wife, Kara. The extra time that needs to be put in by all the educators in this room cannot be accomplished without an amazing support system. And Kara, you have been there for me every step of the way. I would also like to thank all of my parents who made it here tonight. Thank you, Dad, for instilling in me a strong work ethic, and thank you, Mom, for fostering my creativity. I know that I am a better teacher for it. I also want to thank my great administration at Pulaski. We are doing great things over there, and it starts with them. Thank you to Aaron, Billy Joe, Dan, and Ryan for brainstorming and discussing life and work. And finally, I had 3 amazing people that taught me what it was to be a teacher when I first started out in St. Paul. Thank you to Pete, Kathy, and Robin for showing me what a professional teacher was and wasn't. I teach because I love the curiosity and a potential of a high schooler has. They can be anything and do whatever they put their minds to. I hope it is that I help add a little inspiration and a gentle shove in direction that ultimately gives them happiness, fulfillment, and help contribute to make this world a better place. Thank you.
Well, Humana employs 42,000 people across the country. We employ 3,000 in Green Bay. We may be the largest employer, actually, in Green Bay. And those employees range from hundreds of doctors to thousands of nurses, hundreds of accountants, and those sorts of people. And so the technical training to learn those skills is really critical, and without a teacher, it's pretty hard. But we also employ over 10,000 customer service people. And what they learn really in kindergarten, I would say, from teachers about, gosh, how do you just listen to people? How do you care? How do you, be a good role model, be empathetic? watching what those kindergarten and first grade teachers do, I think, is what's really pervasive across what we want to, display at Humana, so that when a person calls and they've got healthcare questions, they've got financial issues to help figure out, that person on the phone is just like a teacher, just wants to listen, wants to care, wants to help out. So I think those basic things that teachers help role model and develop are really important to Humana and other companies.
Our littlest learners can be so darn cute, but they can also be one of the biggest challenges for educators.
And one kindergarten teacher in the Greater Green Bay Area Public School District says those challenges aren't just academic. Right now, let's hear more from her fellow teacher, Jennifer Gorel.
Linda Hart has demonstrated her dedication to her students by not only meeting their academic needs, but their social emotional needs as well. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the true goal of education." Linda accomplishes this with some of our youngest learners by equipping them with a solid foundation that they can build upon in the future. Linda's family shares that she continues to make a difference that's bigger than her billboard for small children who need a champion in their corner. On behalf of the Green Bay Area Public School District, it is my privilege to introduce to you my colleague and friend, Linda Hart.
You were peeking in the bag, weren't you?
Well, I can see through it.
Absolutely.
In spite of a sugary building activity at Green Bay's Early Learning Center, kindergarten teacher and Golden Apple recipient Linda Hart won't sugarcoat it when asked.
It's exhausting. There's absolutely no doubt that teaching is not for everybody. It is absolutely exhausting, but it's worth every minute.
Worth it for the transformation she sees every year.
To see them go from being dependent on me or any other adult to being able to do stuff on their own with their learning and everything they're doing is just fun to watch every year. And every year it starts over, and every year I get to watch them blossom again.
And it's more than just academics. Hart recognizes that emotional learning is also crucial.
They'll react to things all the time and not know why or why not they're doing something. People don't know how important it is to the academic part of it. You know, even my kiddos who academics might not be up to where the other kids are, if they can negotiate with their peers, they can learn to get through the world and get the help that they need.
See, look, now she's got an idea, because she took what you said, and she's trying what you said.
Her students recognize it too.
It's pretty fun because we get to talk and work things out with each other, and it can be kind of funny.
That is truly what keeps me going, is that kind of light at the end of the tunnel of they're so excited and I mean something to them that I'm here every day for them.
She's the best teacher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And here now to present our next Golden Apple is Jenny Lowe from Imperial.
Thank you. Linda, on behalf of the associates at Imperial Supplies, we thank you for everything you do and congratulations on your Golden Apple.
Thank you so much. I'm incredibly honored to be a Golden Apple recipient. I want to say a huge thank you to the Greater Green Bay Chamber for their continued support of education and all their hard work organizing the Golden Apple Awards. Thank you to Fox 11. Thank you to my sponsor, Imperial, the Green Bay School District, and all the sponsors of this great event. Over my years in education, I've been very lucky to be surrounded by incredible educators who have inspired me and supported me along my journey. There are so many talented people I have worked with in all areas of education that have helped shape me into the teacher I am today. It truly has been an amazing adventure. I've loved working with all my students and their families to realize their potentials as young learners. Finally, thank you to my husband, Peter, my mom and dad, and my sister, Lisa, for all your help and support in living my dreams.
Imperial's founder, Donald J. Long Sr., saw the need to recognize teachers, so he worked with the Chamber and started the Golden Apple Awards. Imperial has a strong history with the awards, and we've been a sponsor every year. We also believe that with everything teachers do both in and out of the classroom, that it's good for the community to give back and recognize all those in the teaching profession. The workforce of tomorrow are our students of today, and we need them to have a foundation in skills and knowledge, and we rely on educators from K through 12th grade to build that foundation of problem solving, good communication skills, and critical thinking. What inspires me when I watch the classroom stories is how humble the teachers are, and they really are very appreciative of the awards that they receive. It's also great to see the level of engagement that they spark in the classroom, and they really get the students to have a love for learning. On behalf of Imperial Supplies, I'd like to thank all the teachers that make an impact on our community and congratulate them on a job well done.
Those who know her say Mallory Leishon has always had a competitive nature.
And for the past 7 years, she has brought that competitiveness and passion into her classroom. Here to introduce her now is one of her colleagues from Pulaski High School. Please welcome Liz Mayer.
Whether it be teaching how to take blood pressure, pronounce medical terminology, or simulating the human organ system with cookie dough, Mallory Leishon impacts every student that enters her classroom at Pulaski High School. Mallory revitalized the health careers pathway in our Family and Consumer Science department with industry-driven, college-accredited courses and opportunities for students to train and receive their CNA certification, providing a launching pad for countless students entering the medical field. Mallory is an amazing teacher, coach, friend, and inadvertently our department's in-house Ask a Nurse. I am proud and honored to present to you Golden Apple winner, Mallory Leishon.
Inside Pulaski High School,
who can donate blood to who?
Mrs. Leishon's class,
A, B, or O?
is hard at work.
Ready, set, go.
Learning the ins and outs of the cardiovascular system.
We learned about the flow of blood, and we started talking a little bit about blood types.
Today,
still doing good?
Students got the chance to review the flow of blood.
Are you seeing the reaction?
With a little competition by using colored water.
They are able to mix the colors, and if the color changes, it indicates that it was not a good donation.
I was really, really happy for her.
Kiara Pelishek is a senior at Pulaski High School and has been in 3 of Mrs. Leishon's classes.
And if you need help, she'll devote any time to you, no matter what time of day it is.
Pelishek credits Mrs. Leishon's hands-on activities as having a big influence on which career path she would take.
Since taking this class and seeing how she teaches and how everything works, I want to be like a surgeon, and it really helped with my future.
I love that part of teaching just in general. I love helping them make those decisions or kind of navigate the pathway between this is what I want to do, what does it take to do this?
Mrs. Leishon also takes her skills outside of the classroom where she coaches volleyball and softball.
I played softball growing up through college, so it's been a big part of my life. So to be able to continue to do that and help students learn outside of the classroom is a huge part of my education path.
A path that includes some extra hardware proudly displayed in Raider Nation. In Pulaski, Emily Deem, Fox 11 News.
And here now with our next Golden Apple is Cindy Van Asten of M3 Insurance.
Mallory, on behalf of M3 Insurance, thank you for all you do, and congratulations on your Golden Apple.
Thank you very much. In my family, growing up, we had 3 simple rules: to do what's right, to try your hardest, and to treat others the way you want to be treated. Making the choice to become a teacher has allowed me to continue to do this every day. It is my hope that I can instill these same rules with my students and athletes to help them achieve their goals. I am fortunate to be a part of the Pulaski High School family. I work with incredible teachers and administration who I feel believe in these same rules. I want to thank the Golden Apple Committee and the sponsors for this incredible honor. Thank you to my family, my parents, my sister, and my husband Spencer, who support me every day as a teacher and a coach. Thank you to my fellow family and consumer science teachers, Liz, Taylor, and Marissa, who keep me at the forefront of our diverse curriculum. Thank you to NWTC for their continued partnership that provides many opportunities to my students. And finally, thank you to my awesome students and athletes who make me smile, laugh, and continue to push me to find ways to help them succeed in their future. I wouldn't be here without them. Thank you.
For M3, the educational component of our business and how we serve them, from employee benefits, property and casualty, work comp component, bringing the services we bring to them is important, that we can help teachers stay in the classroom, stay healthy, allow them to do their work without worrying about these outside protectants. And we see them as a vital part to our community, giving back, bringing these children up to come back and be part of the community in a vital, safe, happy community. Through the interview process, we get to see the passion that every one of these individuals brings to their career. Not only the passion from the individual, but their families are tied to it. Many of them not only teach, they coach, they mentor, they work with the students outside of the classroom. It's really part of the fabric of who they are, and bringing these children to become prospering adults, living in the community and helping our communities thrive.
You could say our next instructor is smart with art. She says that art isn't just a class, it's something that inspires and helps students create, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Right now, let's hear more from her boss, the associate principal at Pulaski Community Middle School, Erin Adams.
When asked, what is one thing Ms. Shabilsky does that you like? A student responded, I destroyed a monster and she helped me fix it, which was pretty nice. That answer might not make a lot of sense, but it starts to come into focus when you learn that Lindsay Shabilsky is an art teacher at Pulaski Community Middle School. She has been described by her students as supportive, approachable, relatable, and well, just chill. She is easy to talk to, has a great sense of humor, and goes out of her way to connect with her students. I am so completely honored and proud to introduce Lindsay Shabilsky.
Hey, starting with sketch of the day, so get your sketchbook out. My name is Lindsay Shabilsky, and I teach 6th, 7th, 8th grade art, as well as digital art, which is also an 8th grade course. So break it down into its shape, start with the head, and then kind of break it down. I will give you guys 30 seconds to arrange it how you would like to draw it.
A lot of kids that come into my classroom maybe struggle in other areas in school, so art is a creative outlet for them where they can kind of come and find a positive energy, create, do something hands-on. So I feel like I build stronger relationships with my students because it's a different type of class. It's hands-on, and they're able to express themselves.
Ms. Shabilsky is an awesome teacher, and I really love her, and I always look forward to art every day.
And then I take some glitter away from the Mod Podge so we don't get glitter happy inside of it.
Ms. Shabilsky herself is really nice. She helps us when we need help. She lets us, we have 3 projects right now we're working on. She lets us work on any one we want. And she has all these cool stuff we can add to our mask. She pretty much just let us, we made the mask and then she let us do all these extensions.
I think art is important because it allows students to express, create, problem solve, and critical think every day.
And then you'll be able to add your texture and all that good stuff like last time, but it won't explode.
And here now to present the Golden Apple is Kevin Lacombe with Schneider.
Thank you. Lindsay, on behalf of Schneider, I'd like to congratulate you on winning this tremendous award and to thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much.
if you can imagine it, create it, and through the process, discover yourself. Teaching art has been a dream come true. My students challenge me, encourage me, and make me laugh and smile more than anyone else in this world. I am thankful to be their art teacher. I am grateful to the Pulaski Community School District, who has blessed me to be able to come back home and teach in the district that molded me. Thank you to my colleagues, especially my partner in middle school education, Sarah Hoffman, and my K-12 art team, my administrators, Pat, Aaron, and Paul, educational mentors, as well as my extremely supportive family, my mom, Diane, my dad, Gary, and my sister, Taylor. Thank you for supporting me and following my dreams. I am graciously humbled and honored to be standing in front of you today as one of the 2019 Golden Apple recipients. I want to thank the Greater Green Bay Chamber and Schneider National for this award, and would truly like to thank all teachers. Thank you for putting students' learning first. You are all exceptional and truly special to our students and communities. Thank you.
We at Schneider are absolutely so honored to be here today and tonight and be able to recognize some of the very best teachers in this community that have absolutely made an impact on our students, on our children, and on their futures. In this market, this is a huge place for us to be able to bring associates that are from this part of the country into our business. And we know when we are pulling future employees to our organization that are based in this market, absolutely they are built on that foundation that has come from the teachers in this community. So the only constant is change. And what I see in these teachers is they are constantly understanding what are the needs of the future and how do they bring in technology and data and communities in order to build much more well-rounded students that are not only prepared for today but for the future. And you just see that in the hunger of the teachers in preparing these students for the roles that they're going to get to play in the future, and that has a huge benefit to us.
Creating a love of learning is something that is so important and something that we want to have students stick with for their lifetime. As a community, we try to instill this at the earliest age in pre-K and have it continue all the way through high school. At this time, we want to salute our area school and post-secondary education partners.
Bellin College, Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, St. Norbert College, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, Medical College of Wisconsin, Marian University.
Well, it may sound a little bit strange, but in some ways, Mary Swinford is actually rooting against her students in her classroom. That's because she says, if you don't give up, failure is a better teacher than success.
That is certainly true. And here to tell us a little bit more about that is one of her students. Please welcome Shirak Patel.
Today I would like to announce a fun, enthusiastic, and inspirational teacher. I would like to announce Miss Swinford. Miss Swinford is an amazing teacher at Bayview Middle School who makes Bayview Middle School a fun and amazing place to learn in. She has an amazing attitude and uses humor to lighten up the atmosphere, which engages all of her students to learn even more. Because of all these amazing characteristics that she possesses, I'm delighted she won this award.
It's just another hands-on day at Bayview Middle School for Mary Swinford's 8th grade environmental science students.
And just karate chop it and it breaks off. It's fun.
Today's lesson involves creating containers that keep ice from melting as long as possible.
Questions? Cool, go.
And if a makeshift freezer is on the fritz the first time around, no problem. That just means it's time to find a better solution.
With science, it's all about trials and it's all about the learning process that goes along with it.
She's the real deal in terms of
helping students make connections with real life experiences.
And students are unwrapping all kinds of new possibilities because books can only take you so far.
I really like doing all the labs and stuff because we get to learn a lot about what we're talking about, but like make it fun, and we get to work in teams a lot.
To me, it's more important that the kids get something afterwards than it is that they do a great job making it. So if they can analyze afterwards what went wrong and what they would have done differently next time, that's probably better learning than what they put in on the front end.
But sometimes you do get it right the first time around.
Thank you.
She was actually my first hire as principal here, and so that gives a little extra pride in that, and has grown to be just really, one of the rocks here at Bayview Middle School.
And here now to present our next Golden Apple, please welcome Mike Georgia of Green Bay Packaging.
Mary, on behalf of Green Bay Packaging, the George Crest Foundation, it is a great honor for me to present you with your Golden Apple. Thank you for all you do for our students both in and out of the classroom.
Thank you so much, Mike. 20+ years ago, when I made the decision to leave healthcare to become a teacher, people thought I was either brave or stupid. I must have been brave because changing careers was definitely not stupid. In education, I have found my home. And if this is my home, then it would follow that this is where my heart is. My heart belongs to my middle school students. They are an awkward, challenging, amazing demographic. And Chirag certainly deserves a special place in my heart. My heart belongs to all my teammates, academic and extracurricular, past and present. There is no available rubric on which to measure their support. My heart belongs to my school district, who has allowed me the freedom to grow and contribute in many ways. My heart also belongs to my family, overflowing with educators, and to my own children, Aaron and Sam, who were my first students. Finally, my heart goes out to all the sponsors and all the guests in the audience who either live with, love, or just recognize the respect a teacher deserves. Thank you.
Well, honoring teaching excellence is really important at Green Bay Packaging. And the reason it is teachers play such a huge role in really seeking out the potential of students. And these students, these young students, as they develop, they're going to become really the leaders of the community in the future. They'll be innovators, the managers, the leaders, the workers, really up throughout the whole community. And Green Bay Packaging is going to be in the community for a long time. We're investing at a very high level, and we're going to need smart, young people to be part of our company. And frankly, teachers play such a critical role in developing these young folks that we really like the idea of recognizing them through the Golden Apple Awards. But it's not only important just for Green Bay Packaging, it's important for the community. The more educated the community is, the more knowledgeable they are, the more joy they have in learning, usually the better the community is overall. And so that's important to Green Bay Packaging. We've been around 85 years, and to have this community be strong with a great education system that's really driven by both the parents and the teachers, that's important to us.
I had such a great time getting to know and having fun today with this next team of teachers. They are a literacy team from Ashwaubenon Elementary School, and they're helping students find a successful path through reading.
And here now to introduce our final Golden Apple recipients of the night is Andy Bake, the principal at Valley View Elementary.
At Valley View Elementary School, we have the distinct privilege to work with a team of educators who are passionate experts in their content. Whether coaching colleagues in best practices in the area of literacy, providing interventions for students who are emerging readers, leading professional development for our staff, or acting as cheerleaders for staff and students alike, these ladies do it all, and they do it all with a level of joy and dedication that is truly rare. Our literacy team is a catalyst for making a difference in the lives of children at Valley View. It's a joy to watch their unwavering commitment to excellence every single day. Each of them lead by example by holding everyone, themselves above others, to a high standard and to put the need of students first. It's my sincere honor and privilege to introduce an amazing team of educators, women who are truly deserving of this Golden Apple recognition. Valley View's literacy team, Ann Brennenstuhl, Deb Patterson, Stacy Shabo, and Cheryl Stathis.
All right, which path are you going to take today? All right, let's go.
It's a typical day of learning here at Valley View Elementary School in Ashwaubenon.
Eaton.
But for the members of the school's literacy team and their students, every day brings a new adventure.
Our students are always willing to try new books. They're excited about the books we're reading, or they're excited about what they're going to write about. So when we see that joy on their faces as they walk in, it turns your day around.
Stacy Shabo, Deb Patterson, Cheryl Stathis, and Ann Brennenstuhl have all been teachers for more than a decade.
Oh, you're kidding. I didn't even get there.
They say their passion for reading and their students is what keeps them going.
I became a literacy teacher because I feel it's incredibly important for children to develop their literacy skills. It's incredibly rewarding to see them grow and change over the course of the year and make the gains that they make.
Nice.
Using unique strategies of hands-on activities, different assessments, and one-on-one teaching, these 4 teachers have taken their team to the next level.
We all bring different talents and strengths to the team, and we really work with that. We have a common goal of wanting to see our children grow as readers. We want them to be independent readers. As she was saying, we want them to love reading.
But what sets this team apart from the rest goes beyond their love for reading.
Yes.
It's the connection they've built between one another that makes this moment golden.
We do support each other so well, and the relationships and trust that we have here as a staff is just amazing. Like, I haven't seen it any other place that I've been at.
It's been a lot of emotions for us, but it's been wonderful to do it as a team. We've just really, we were bonded before, but it bonds you even more. But it's been a wonderful experience.
In Ashwaubenon, Amber Luckett, Fox 11 News.
And here now to present this year's Team Golden Apple Award is Nicole Kitowski with Associated Bank.
We at Associated Bank are honored to serve our communities, and one of the foundations of our communities is our youth and our educators. We are inspired by your passion, and we are very thankful for your dedication. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This magical evening is possible because of the Greater Green Bay Chamber and sponsors like Associated Bank. To our amazing colleagues at Valley View Elementary and throughout the Ashwaubenon School District, your passion and dedication to help every student succeed inspires us every day. To our family and friends, your love and support mean everything to us. To our students and their families, we strive to show you the wonder, magic, and power that literacy holds. When you ask for just a couple more minutes to finish writing or to read just one more page, when you stop us in the hall to talk about a story or poem you're writing, when you drop by to recommend a book you've enjoyed, those are the moments that fill our hearts. You are the reason we love what we do. In the words of Malala Yousafzai, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Thank you.
At Associated Bank, we are very committed to the communities that we serve, and I think that those communities really stand on the education of the individuals within those communities. I think that in those years and the base knowledge that our children get through that education experience is critical to ensure that we have sustainability in our communities for go forward, and that we have a workforce that is enabled to take us to the next generation. I think it's key to have that base knowledge, but also to understand the types of industry that's available, and to ensure that the individuals that are going to be taking those positions in future years are well equipped to be able to do that. In some of the different functions in a financial institution, some are things that would not typically be considered by way of possible education approaches, and it's important that students are able to learn, evolve, adapt, and be successful in these types of careers.
There are more than 5,000 Department of Public Instruction certified teachers in the greater Green Bay area, and this year, 1,965 nominations were received.
It is incredible. All of them are truly special, but after thorough review by school administrators and the Golden Apple Awards Committee, that list was narrowed down to just 63.
And as this wonderful hour of celebrating excellence in education comes to a close, here is our second group of Teachers of Distinction.
You hear that loud applause because I am just surrounded by educating greatness, I think, around me. It has been an incredible evening celebrating each and every one of these remarkable teachers up here that are inspiring their students and doing so much right here in our community.
I think next year we need a bigger stage. There is so much talent here in the Green Bay area. It's really unbelievable.
We're lucky.
Congratulations to everybody, and thank you all for making a difference.
We're lucky, that's for sure.
And once again, let's get a final word from our general manager of Fox 11 and CW14, Jay Zoller.
All right. Awesome. This is definitely the largest group that we've ever seen, and it's great to have everybody up here. We're so proud of this at Fox 11. But before we just kind of say goodnight, let's just give all of these remarkable educators one more big round of applause. Wow, standing O. That's the first time. Seriously. Before we leave tonight, I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors who are a big part of this to make this happen every year. I also want to thank everybody from the Greater Green Bay Chamber of Commerce. And lastly, there are a whole bunch of Fox 11 people that are involved in virtually everything that you saw tonight, a whole group of them sitting back here behind the curtain that you can't even see. It's a tremendous effort on their part, and I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge our staff at Fox 11. So with that, thank you, Mike, Michelle.
Thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you again next year. Good night.
Have a great night.
You've been watching the 26th Annual Partners in Education Golden Apple Awards, presented by the Greater Green Bay Chamber, sponsored by Associated Bank, Green Bay Press Gazette, Humana, Imperial, Schneider Foundation, Shopko Foundation, M3 Insurance, Green Bay Packaging, and WLUK Fox 11. Desserts provided by the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, Green Bay. Limousines provided by Lamer's Limousine Service. Flowers provided by Buds in Bloom. Michelle's Gown provided by LS Boutique.